I'm not on my own. It's what I'm trying to say. It's like, it's a family. It's a power. A power I'm a branch. If I was on my own, I wouldn't do it, because the only thing I love in my life is that knowledge stream I'm connected to. This is my life. I said this before, I made it clear. Now that needed to innovate or expand. So did I go on my own, or if I'm the trunk and I became a branch, am I on my own, or it's just a trunk that made a branch and I call myself the branch, or am I the trunk? Is there a separation between the branch and the trunk? But if you talk to the branch, it'll say it's a branch because it's not the trunk. But is it really not the trunk? So I don't buy into this bullshit. I'm not on my own. I would never go on my own, because why would I want to? This is what I love, and these are my family. This is my family. This is my kin. I don't want to separate myself from them, but I want to become my own man, just like they became their own man. So I want my own branch. It's not I want my own branch. I want to push further what was given to me. And I feel that I have the skill set and the right tuning to be able to communicate at a level that they no longer can nor wish to, because they're retired, so to speak. It's like, we've done our job. Somebody move this forward, and whoever's going to move it forward needs to look adapted to the time, speak adapted to the time. This is how power or knowledge takes a new shape. Is it a new shape, or is it the same shape? It's just, using a character like myself, who's more urban, if we can call it like this. And in a minute, I'm going to be like a flip phone. So it's going to be time for something new. You know what I mean? So I don't believe in there's such a thing as on my own. I don't want to go on my own. But clearly, I don't want to say I'm bringing something new. It's like, I don't know how to say this. That's how I feel. I don't know how to say this. I'm continuing. I don't like that expression either, because I'm not continuing anything. It is continuing, and I'm just fulfilling a function, but my function is that branch, which for me is the extension of the trunk. And I don't care about the branch, I care about the trunk. And I so happen to see that, there's a branch and it looks like me, but it's not me, because I care about the trunk. And actually, it's not even the trunk or the roots, it's the sap. And the sap circulates in every single part of the tree, all the way to the leaf until it dies. Right? So it's like, that's my concern. But from a human perspective, as we speak, and we have human language, which is very go, action oriented. And English is a very action, business oriented language. So the language, I feel, doesn't do justice to my love for my path, my teachers. I feel the language is not able to honor that, and I feel disrespectful. But I don't know how to say it differently. Perhaps I should learn either another language or a greater vocabulary. But this is how I feel. So no, I don't feel, but in a way, so that's why I use the story and the metaphor of the gangsters, and because these are stories we can somehow relate. It's like, this is my father. Let's say you love your family. I'm talking about your actual family, and it's like Donald Trump and his dad. It's like, listen, son, look, I've built an empire, I'm a multimillionaire. And the son says, listen, I'm going to take what you did, I'm going to take it to the next level. Isn't that what the father wants? Is the son better than the father, or just taking the next step forward based on what the father has accomplished? Is the son doing his own thing, or just continuing what was given to him? It depends how you want to look at it, but at the essence, it's the same spirit. It's just adapted, because this is 2020 and 22, and Donald Trump is living in this era, and his father was there God knows when, right? Early 1900s. Everything's changed. So the spirit adapts, and the form that it uses to express itself also adapts. So this is as best as I know how to express the power, the grounding of power, the expression of power, and the same process happens. It's not, this is the field of, I don't even know how to call it, life essence, consciousness, soul. All these words almost annoy me. Power, pure power, master power. I don't know how you want to call this, but knowledge, this is how I call this. But it applies to everything. We spoke about the examples of music. We can use Steve Jobs as an example of knowledge for technological advancement. Anything and everything is always the same thing. Even your average academia science, the people in chemistry who've been studying since God knows when, and they bring forward and the next brings forward, are they really innovating in their egotistic mind? Of course they are. I'm like, no, you're building on what the other person built, and you're at the same school, and there's a spirit through the school animating you, and like it's always there. It's just not necessarily spoken about because people, especially in our day and age, are intimidated by the invisible. Let's say you go to Harvard. Why do you go to Harvard? Because Harvard is a power. It's obvious. That's why you want to go to Harvard. You don't want to go to Harvard because it's good for your health. You want to go to Harvard because you want to be associated to the power. There's a spirit there, and that spirit's been there. And it's some of the greatest Western minds have gone there and innovated. Yeah, but what's special about that place? It's a spirit. And when I go into Harvard, now I have access to the spirit. I get a first level initiation. And that spirit animates me and oozes through the teachings, the teacher, the knowledge that I'm receiving. It's affecting me. It's transforming me. And if I want to take it further, then I go to the next level of my education. It's Harvard. That's why they always say alumni from Harvard, from Cambridge. And people are like, oh yeah, you're one of those. And if you haven't gone there, you don't understand. Of course you don't understand. And within Harvard, then there's other organizations, pocket organizations that are more selective organization for a higher level or a more specific level of initiation or tuning to the Harvard energy. But next level, the side of Harvard, that it's not for everybody. This is like next level shit. It's like, no, it's not you. You're like a, you got in because you got good grades or you got, no. This is like secret stuff. It's not secret, but it's secret. It's not for you. Right? But it's a spirit. So this, what I'm sharing it's universal. It's how power operates. It always has, always will. And it's operating as much in the so-called materialistic world as in the so-called spiritual world. There's only one reality. And how it's organized and it works is the same. It may express itself differently through using different mediums, but it's always the same principle through the same mechanism. And this applies in materialism, as I've said 1,000 times now, building a chair, building a house, building a church, these ideas, as esoterica in the subtle world that your average person doesn't even know exists or is scared of, but loves to watch movies about it though.